Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Parlay Party. Not the Parlay Party, this is the Power Hour. My bad. Power Hour, NFL Power Hour with Detroit Lenny here, picks and parlays. We are going to talk a little bit of, I got an NFL two-team parlay for you. We're going to talk Cowboys, Commanders. We're going to talk Jets, Dolphins. We got a few things. We got Chip Chirimbus coming in, Terry Edelman as well. But before we do that, got to tell everybody about NoHouseAdvantage.com. Check them out as soon as you can. They are changing the game as far as dynamic fantasy sports platform available today. You bet all your fantasy want, like props, all that stuff, right here at NoHouseAdvantage.com. Definitely check them out as soon as you can. When you sign up with them, use the promo code PNP at NoHouseAdvantage.com or download the app. It's available in all the app stores. You get a first deposit match up to $50. All you got to do is use that promo code PNP. All right, let's get into this as soon as we can. I'm going to change that so it looks like that. And then we're going to go right in here and bring Chip Chirimbus right up. Chip, how are we doing out there at the Las Vegas ballpark?
It's great. I tell you, the weather's great in Las Vegas all year round. Maybe a little chill in the morning, but I just love it here.
Yes, it was. We had crappy weather yesterday. It was a little rainy, but it was okay. All in all, I'm not complaining.
Much needed.
Yeah, exactly. Talk Cowboys at the Commanders. Cowboys picked 7.5 point favorite. Over under is 40.5. Got to remind everybody real quick, text your full name to this number, 775-403-5400. You can get a 3-day extra pass for only $29. Chip, break this Cowboy Commander game down. Does it matter? I think it does. What are we going to do here?
Well, you know, Lenny, so many times over the years, these two great rivals have had games that just meant everything. For Dallas, there's a possibility they can get the number 1 seed if the Eagles falter to the Giants, which I really don't expect, not with Tyrone Taylor starting for the Giants. Anyway, that 14-point number gives a giveaway right there. You know, Dallas has had a great season. 12-4, 9-6 against the number, Lenny, and I was actually surprised that they had done that well because usually you look to play against them as a handicapper because there's so much public money on them. But, you know, they're 7-2 in their last 9 games, Lenny. The 2 games they lost were to Jacksonville and Green Bay in overtime, both games, and in both games they had 14-point leads. This team right now could have been the dominant team in the NFC, and maybe they're getting ready right now. They're 6-2 at Washington against the number in their last 8 times out there. Washington, what are you going to say about them? They are, listen to this, Lenny, they are the number 1 time of possession team by far in the NFL by 90 seconds per game. They control the ball at 33.5 minutes, and yet 7-8 against the number. You know, at home, they're 7-3 in the last 10 meetings with Dallas. And, you know, there's an anomaly here. They're getting to start a rookie in the final game of the year in a game that means something to Dallas, so it doesn't mean anything to the Commodores. First time I've used that term this year. Sam Howell of North Carolina is getting a start, Lenny. He led the NFL in passing yardage during the preseason. He had 547 yards, so he's got a lot of work. He's first time in there. They're ranting and raving about his arm, but I just don't know how a rookie playing against a senior defense or a savvy defense is going to be able to break through. I've seen it happen to Aikman. We saw it happen to Elway. We saw it happen to a lot of these big stars. The kid at Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, they just can't get through over it the first time. The adjustment is so great. He's been around the whole season, but I think Dallas may have the edge there. But I'm afraid because there's so much public money on Dallas that the way to go in this game is to play the under, and I'll tell you why. Dallas has been an over team. There's no denying that. But they are 13-6 to the under, Lenny, in January. Now, they've gone over 10 of the 14 times they've met between each other the last 7 years, but Washington right now goes 1-5-1 to the is 1-5-1 against the number against teams with winning records, and Dallas is just the opposite. They're 10-4 against teams with losing records. So when you come to the total, it's all one way with Washington. 19-6 when they're playing teams with better records to the under. They're 25-10 to the under when they're playing on grass. And they're 7-1 to the under after a loss. They got beat last week. There's no other way for me to go here. A rookie quarterback, a savvy defense, a team that maybe will see Philadelphia up by a big lead, will call off the dogs in their game. The Cowboys, you don't know who's going to play. They know they're in. They really don't have a realistic shot at winning the number 1 seed. Washington's always been tough, but I think the way to play here is under. This Washington is a dead nuts under team all year. They're 5-10 or 10-5 to the under this season. So that's my play here, Lenny. The side 7 points is generous. You never can tell with a rookie quarterback having that strong arm. Maybe Dallas incentive isn't going to be there in the second half. Like I said, if Philadelphia has a big lead, I think the safest play is the under.
I like it. I don't hate that at all. I think divisional matchup. I think we're going to see a lot of unders this week in general. With some people sitting in, motivation on certain teams and motivation on not other teams. So, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notification. Power Hour is brought to you Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Until then, we're going to take the under in this Cowboy Commander game. Chip, we'll see you on the next one. Take care, buddy.
Thank you, Lenny. Take care.
Take care. All right, we're going to keep it rolling here. We're going to bring in Terry Edelman to talk some Jets, Dolphins. The Jets, this is Sunday matchup. Jets at the Dolphins, -3, over-unders 37. It's moving down, Terry Edelman. I don't know about this game. Before we go too far, though, text your full name to this number, 775-403-5400. Get a 3-day expert pass for only $29. All you got to do is do that. Text your name to that number and then pay the $29 and you get a free expert pass, 3 days. All right, talk to me about Jets, Dolphins. Where are we going with this one? You're muted.
I apologize about that.
Terry had one job.
Do that.
One job, Terry. One job. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this game, this is a rough game. Obviously, division opponents will be facing off here. I'm taking the under in this one. The Jets just don't have a very good offense. Obviously, at times with Mike White in certain situations, they have had a bit of a strong offense. But in this game, I think this is going to be a boring, very boring, low-scoring game. I think Miami probably wins it, but I don't really want to take the -3. Weird things can happen. I could see this being a 1-point game, 17-16 or something. I think it's going to be a boring game. That's for sure.
I tell you what, I got this 10-3 all day. All day is where I got this game ended up. Either way, I don't know. But under, I love the under here. We are going to remind everybody real quick. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ring your bell for notifications. Power Hour is brought to you Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, we got a little NFL 2-team parlay for you guys here. Before we do that, though, I got to remind everybody, text your full name to this number, 775-403-5400. Get a 3-day expert pass for only $29. All right, Terry, we're going to move into the first leg of this parlay. Titans, Jaguars. Jaguars favored -6.5. Over-under is 40. This is a Saturday matchup. Keep this in mind, your parlay. Saturday matchup. So where are you going with this one? What's the first leg of this parlay?
Well, I cashed my parlay last week thanks to this Jacksonville team. They had lost 9 straight against Houston, but I figured that would end, even with that game meaning nothing to them. I figured that Jacksonville would want to continue their momentum. Tampa Bay obviously cashed that parlay. So in this game, this is a play I absolutely love. I'm going to have Jacksonville money line in parlays. Any parlays that I do, which I may have a little bit of fun here this weekend with the parlays, but Jacksonville money line, they're going to beat Tennessee. I was very high in Tennessee preseason. In my preseason show that I did, I said Tennessee was going to win the division. Everybody else said Indianapolis Colts has it locked in. The division's theirs.
I was completely wrong.
Even looking at it.
Yeah, I was completely wrong on this division in general. Like, I didn't have Jacksonville being as good. I didn't have Tennessee being as good. I had Indy being better. It was this division.
Yeah, everybody loved Indianapolis. I wasn't on. I said Tennessee would once again win the division. But over the last few weeks, I've changed my thoughts. Tennessee is just not playing well, obviously, with a quarterback injury, with Tannehill gone. But this is a Jaguars. I love the Jaguars here. They're going to win the division and be heading back to the playoffs here. All they need to do is beat this Tennessee team. Obviously, the spread is 6.5. Mm-hmm. I don't want to take the spread. That's why I'm doing the money line here. I don't want to take the spread because I could see this being a close game. Trevor Lawrence is apparently questionable. He's nursing some injury. He's going to play. I'm pretty confident he'll play. So I like the Jacksonville Jaguars here to win their division. And
Get it done.
it back
I
to
worry
the
about a healthy, rested Derrick Henry, but I
that's
see where
all.
you're coming
That's
from.
all Tennessee.
That's
has.
all Tennessee's got. That's all they've ever. I'll be honest with you. That's all they've ever had.
And I know it's easier said than done to stop Henry because it's very difficult to do that.
Right.
But Jacksonville knows that's all they have to do. Like I'm sure they've been talking about it all week in defense, in defensive meetings that it's Henry. So we'll see what happens.
Right. We're going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars on the money line, the first leg of this 2-team parlay. We're going to move on to a little game that I might have opinion about.
You might be watching this one. Maybe.
I might watch this game Sunday night. I don't know what I've got going on Sunday night, but I might. Lions at the Packers. Packers -4.5. This is Sunday matchup. January 8th. -4.5. Over under is 49 here. Talk to me about this one. Where are you going with this one? What's the second half of this parlay?
Well, me and Nick were talking, and Nick said something that's really smart, which doesn't happen often. No, I'm kidding, Nick. But the books, the NFL is going to want this game to mean something. So I'm not saying that Seattle's going to lose, but all Detroit fans everywhere are hoping that Seattle does lose to the Rams.
We're big Rams fans. It's the Detroit Rams again, all over.
Basically, yeah. So obviously, if Seattle does win, then this game will mean less for Detroit because they won't be able to make the playoffs. So Detroit, if Seattle loses, I love this play even more. If Seattle loses, I will have Detroit money line as a single bet that I'll be placing. But what I'm doing here is taking the +7.5 with the Lions. I think even, let's say, sadly, that Seattle wins and Detroit's eliminated from the playoffs, still a hell of a season. And I don't see them, especially with your coach, just letting the team think that, oh, we're out, so we might as well just, who cares about this game? Let's just move on next year. I think they're going to want to be their division rival. I kind of said Green Bay was fluky. I was dead wrong with the Vikings game last week with the Packers, but I still this Packers team, I still think that they're just overrated and they've got extremely lucky. During this stretch, and I think Detroit Lions +7.5. If they keep the game close,
you buy that up. Yeah, I like it in the hook. Yeah. For sure. I mean, we're going to take Jacksonville money line. If you parlay these two together, you get +115. Anytime you get plus money, I'm good with that. Lions +7.5. Obviously, I like that. I think Green Bay is going to obviously try and play out. I mean, win and they're in, so they need to win kind of thing. I think the Lions are going to play for that 9 and 8. To them, obviously, making the playoffs if Seattle loses is the number one priority, and it would be the best case scenario. But I don't think Seattle loses. But in that being said, Seattle wins that game. The Lions, they have all the motivation in the world here. Unlike some teams, they want that 9 and 8 record. They want to finish above 500. I think they're going to give Green Bay a really hard time. I like them plus the 4.5. Green Bay probably wins this game, but they don't cover. I'll say that. I've been saying it all week. Green Bay probably wins, don't cover. Am I betting the Lions money line? Yeah, but that's a homer play for me. Just saying.
Hey, if the Rams win, if the Rams somehow beat Seattle, I don't know if Green Bay wins this game. If the Lions have a chance here to make the playoffs, I think we could get a big upset.
Look for Khalif Raymond from the Lions, wide receiver, over 5.5 catches. He needs that's not undoable. That's not doable for him. It's maybe another catch or two than what he's averaged throughout the year. So look for him on a player prop because he gets another $250,000 just for getting to hit that bonus. So look for that on a player prop. Khalif Raymond, little bonus action for you guys on the Power Hour. All right, guys, there's your 2-team parlay for you. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Power Hour is brought to you Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Until then, we're going to bounce on out of here. You guys know the drill. Good luck unless you're against us. See you Monday on the Power Hour.
Go live.